All right, South Africa, let's kill two birds with one stone, as they say. Here's two videos we're going to talk about.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So the white South Africans are also responding to the threat. Remember, I posted a video of South African government sending out messages saying if anyone comes out to protest on the 30th of June, then they're gonna face the South African police. They will have the government to deal with. Meaning, so many South Africans were saying so the government is out to protect illegal foreigners to the extent where they are allocating 600 million rands just to protect illegal foreigners. That money is to stop the protests, that's to stop South Africans from protesting. And the DA also sent a warning to that if South African protest, then they're going to arrest all of them. So white South Africans have come out to react on this, and their reaction, guys, is on fire. Listen to what our sister have to say. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this video, and I'll be here to respond. Thank you.
I cannot sit here and say that these are not genuine concerns, right? For people that are saying this could happen or that could happen, blah, blah, blah. But then what I'm saying is you're not focusing on the symptoms, right? You're not focusing on the symptoms. It's not like they can stop this. I don't care how many police there are. If people are angry, even in the future, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if the government still chooses to do the same thing, there's nothing you can do to stop people from retaliating. Having been burdened by poor leadership, there's very little you can do.
There is something this country can do. There is something the citizens can do. But every single election, they do the exact same thing. The ANC has looted. Corruption is through the roof. We have literally found our president with money in his couch. The corruption is so in your face, yet every single election they win. For 32 years, this ANC government has stolen from its people. Housing is a mess. Infrastructure is a mess. Money has disappeared, and they still win. So you're saying, what can we do? If you can unite in a protest, can we unite together this November to get this damn party out of here? They have proved time and time again for 32 years that they do not give a crap about South Africa. This is not about illegal immigration. This is about a fundamental flaw in our government. That is how we make change.
So stop doing that, guys. Stop giving labels like xenophobia, Afrophobia. That's gaslighting to its max. Let's remove xenophobia and Afrophobia now. And can those who are supporting illegal immigration explain in detail why they're supporting it, so that we can debunk everything that you're saying, especially when it comes to if there won't be any jobs, and saying that the economy is not going to be affected in any way, and claiming that the service delivery won't be affected and crime won't be affected, and claiming that resources won't be affected, and claiming that the government is not being forced to account for all the other things that they are not delivering on: houses, water, etc., etc. So can we have a constructive conversation with the truth, please? Not hiding behind a defense mechanism with xenophobia and Afrophobia.
All right, Jacinda, let's chat. Let's have a constructive conversation. Let's get rid of all the labels, xenophobia, Afrophobia, and let's talk about the real cause of all of the trauma in this country. And it has very little to do with immigration, illegal immigrants. But I will say, I do not support illegal immigrants. I do think everyone should come into the country legally, not just for their benefit, but for the benefit of everybody. So let's talk about why getting rid of immigrants won't fix South Africa. Unemployment is a skills mismatch, not a numbers game. South Africa's stats data shows that foreign nationals actually have a higher employment, 64% versus the locals 32%, because they fill critical skills gap. Even if every undocumented immigrant, the 32% unemployment rate would persist, because locals lack the technical skills. Now, I'm going to give you a real life example of this. I am currently in charge of giving 168 interns placement. These are educated people that got free education from the South African government in engineering, in town planning. They are so well educated, but I can't find a job for them because the government educated them in a field that is not needed. So now they're coming to the property sector to try and find employment somewhere else. You see, it's one good thing educating a population, but when you're just free for all and you're not using real data to educate them in the correct manner, it leaves a massive skill gap. We need electricians, educated plumbers in different provinces. So educating, let's say, electricians in Gauteng, there is no need for them here, but Limpopo might have a skills gap in qualified electricians. So what we're missing at the core of this country is real-time data. We need to know where we're missing people. Immigrants grow the economy. They don't shrink it. Immigrants contribute roughly 9% to the GDP, and every working immigrant creates 2 local jobs. Their exit would collapse municipal income from rents and VAT. Here's the hard truth about South Africans. Barely any South African pays taxes. But let's continue, shall we? Now let's talk about the crime stat that you often speak of. Crime data contradicts the narrative. Foreign nationals make up only 2% of convicted individuals. Deporting them won't fix Africa's violent crime rates. And I truly believe this. The best way to fix crime in this country is to make crime a real punishable offense. You can get away with murder in South Africa, legitimately. I mean, I experienced this firsthand when I was pulled over by a police officer who wanted 1,000 rand from me to let me go. The biggest reason that police force is so corrupt is because they have an unlivable wage for what they're doing. I know that most police make anywhere from 8 to 10,000. Detectives can make 15,000. That is not a good paycheck. And when you can get extra income by bribing people, it creates a cesspool of corruption. I had a detective who's working on a criminal case for me that wanted me to give him 1,000 rand a week to continue the case. This criminal should be in jail, but in order for me to see justice, I'm going to have to pay, which I won't do. So that man is still out on the streets committing more crime. We have a major problem with our police force. When you pay them a livable wage, when crime actually gets punished, that's when you'll see crime come down. Our government needs to start paying our teachers, our healthcare, and our police officers more money so that they're not wanting to bribe to actually earn a livable income. That's a tip. Jacinda, I fully understand that this country resorts to protest because it's the only time our government does anything. But did you know it's costing this country trillions? Every time there's civil unrest and protest, that money could be used for other things. We need to fix the energy, logistics, and water. Eskom load shedding, Transnet, port rail collapse, and failing water infrastructure choke productivity and scare off investors. As a business, when I don't have electricity, when I don't have water, when I have to invest my personal business money to make sure I have a solar generator, water to continue performing, it takes away money from me employing people. We're seeing this over and over again. What we can do to fix this country is allow private sector participation in electricity generation, freight rail, ports, upgrade water infrastructure to prevent contamination and supply cuts. We need to use the private sector to perform the way the government was supposed to. They have failed, but how do we fix it now? We need to slay corruption. Now, this should be number one on the list, but at the end of the day, billions meant for infrastructure, hospital, schools are stolen through tender fraud. It happens all day, every day. We are seeing it in our face. People are given tenders and nothing happens with it. Here's a fix. We need to start implementing lifestyle audits for all public officials. We need to pass the whistleblower protection bill to protect those who speak out and establish a permanent anti-corruption body. Do you know, they estimate that the amount of money stolen through tenders in this country is around 2.6 trillion. We need to have a body, someone seriously in charge to end corruption in this country. But of course, the government doesn't want that to happen, right? Because we keep voting them in, they get to decide what happens. We need to vote them out. Immediate overhaul of the BEE needs to happen because I know the government sold it to you as Black equalization empowerment, but it does nothing for the majority of Black people. All it does is make a few Black people quite rich, like Cyril, who has his hands in a lot of businesses right now so that they can meet ownership targets. We need to benefit the mass majority of South Africa, and we can do that by transferring it from skills and job creation. Don't touch ownership. What has it got to do with anything? Ensure that when a business operates in a specific community, they hire a local community, they meet Black equalization targets, job creation. How we can fix this is shift BEE from compliance checklists to skills and enterprise development. Relax exchange controls and simplify the equity equivalent application process to attract foreign capitals. We all know that Starlink, Elon Musk, is refusing to come to South Africa because the government wants him to sell a huge percentage of his business, and he's saying hell to the no. But when he comes, that's a ton of job creation. So this BEE policy is currently restricting South Africa and choking us from foreign investment. And then coupled with infrastructure, I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster. Housing crisis. 90% of municipalities are insolvent, meaning that they can't build or maintain housing. Corruption diverts housing funds from politically connected contractors who deliver substandard units. I mean, I did a video about RDP housing. Well, what a joke that is. Literally after 80 million rand, they built one house. I mean, really? The fix, radically restructure the system of transfers to province and municipalities. Tie funding to the performance benchmark. Number of houses completed, services delivered, privatize or outsource maintenance where municipalities fail. There is a way to fix this. But again, we have a government that would like to keep the money to themselves, and they don't want to see that happen. We need to rescue our hospitals and our schools. It is not illegal immigrants the reason why you can't get health care and the kids have a waiting list. I know it looks like it, but at the end of the day, public hospitals collapse due to mismanagement, staff shortage, and equipment theft. We saw this with the Tabisa hospital situation, 2 billion. So a few Black people have nice cars and nice houses, and that was stolen. And then the person that ratted them out died. We have a huge problem with corruption in this country. Did you know that 80% of public schools in South Africa don't have running water? Getting rid of illegal immigrants is not going to fix that. We absolutely need to fix it. And here's a fix. Implement demand-led budgeting. Funding should follow patient and student numbers, not political connections. Recruit and retain skilled medical staff by offering competitive packages and safe working conditions. Fix school infrastructure as a matter of urgency. With more schools, more hospitals that are run well, it doesn't matter how many illegal immigrants are here, this country will be able to maintain the situation. We are seeing this money stolen where it should go. The last recommendation I have for South Africa is skills revolution, not just degrees. We see this constantly where there's free education in a field that's not needed. 60% of young people are unemployed because they lack the technical and vocational skills employers need. What do the employers need? I have so many interns that I need to place that I don't know where to place them because this is not a skill needed currently. We need to massively expand TVET colleges and partner with companies like Microsoft or Takealot to offer demand-led training in logistics, tech, and green energy. We can create a shit ton of employment in this country if the government just focus on what is needed instead of giving out a blanket solution for free education. There is so much problem with our infrastructure in South Africa that if they had to employ plumbers and electricians, we could fix the robots, we could fix that infrastructure. We need to give people skills in areas that is needed. Great for free education, but what's the use of free education if it's not needed? This is where this government fails every single time by bringing out policies just to win votes, but they don't fix the root problem. This protest is going to do nothing different than every other protest before it. We need to address the core of the issues in this country, and that has to start with the government in charge. I know that we have a lot of political parties to choose from, but we need to unite together and decide which is the best party for South Africa moving forward. But one thing I know to be true, it ain't the ANC. Because they have proved for 32 years that they are dysfunctional. There's corruption left, right, and center in that government organization. And the only way they stand a hope in my books of winning again is if they do massive reform in their party. People have to get fired. There has to be accountability. We have to start as a nation seeing that they actually give a shit about this country. They've had 32 years to destroy it. Now is the time to start making change, Cyril. If you truly care about this country, this will be your last chance. I am almost certain of it, because we are no longer as dumb as you think we are. We are sick of seeing the corruption in our face. We are sick of what you have done to this country. So here are 6 things you can do for immediate fixes. I wish this protest would make a difference. I truly did. But all it's going to do is cost us even more money and take away money that we need to implement programs. But in order to implement programs, we need a better government. Anyway, Jacinda, Cody, thank you for this really awesome debate. This is my opinion. You may or may not agree, and that's totally fine with you. You will continue your protest as planned. I am absolutely certain it's not going to change a damn thing. It's just going to cost us more as a country. Anyway, best of luck to you guys on June 30th.
So, guys, you all have listened to what she have to say. Guys, like, I don't understand what is really happening in South Africa. I cannot put my mouth to what I don't know. The only thing is, I'm here to inform South African, like they always say in my comments section, to try and tell the ones that have maybe don't know what is happening. The protest we go, it will hold. Everyone should be ready. They said no phone. There should not be any camera, no phone, no violence. It should just be a peaceful protest. It should just be a peaceful protest. So, guys, that's just what I want to say. You all should do what pleases you. It's your country. It doesn't belong to the government the same way the country did not belong to Julius Malema. EFF, this sorry, Cupcake. Since they came into power 30 years ago, they have opened the borders for all illegal foreigners to enter into South Africa illegally, which have to stop. For South Africans to be clean again, they need to close the borders of South Africa, just like during apartheid. Anyways, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do it to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this video, and I'll be here to respond. So see you on the next video next time. Bye, sis.